Inside here is a box of Pokemon cards that I spent $10,000 on. I haven't opened it up in over 4 years because it was a scam. So I don't really know how to start this video off, guys, but if this is your first time here, my name is PokéRev and this is the PokéCave. I mainly focus on Pokemon card videos, whether that be vintage, new, or even sets released in the past 5 to 10 years. I do it all here, so please consider subscribing to the channel. Now with that out of the way, I want to tell you guys that I normally try to stay positive and share my passion and experiences with Pokemon cards with you guys and to have a good time. Now this video is definitely going to be different. In this video, I'm going to show you guys how I was scammed out of $10,000 on a first edition base Pokemon booster box. And I have the box right here with me and I'm going to open that up with you guys later on in the video. I haven't opened that up in over 4 years. So for those of you that don't know what a first edition base set booster box is, it is the first set ever released by Pokemon in English. The value of one of those boxes nowadays is close to $75,000. So it's the top of the top kind of box. And my story begins back in 2016. I was on eBay and I was looking for one of those boxes, and one came up from a guy in North Carolina and he was asking $10,000. Now at the time, that was a reasonable price for the box. So I decided I wanted to message him and we got to talking, and he said that he was in North Carolina and he'd be willing to meet up for a cash deal. Now with these boxes, they are clear wrapped, meaning they don't have the Wizards of the Coast stamps on the box. So it's kind of easy to reseal these things with a different wrap, a clear wrap, and scam somebody on it. So I was the victim of one of those scams. So he ended up driving to me around 8 hours and we met up at a local Starbucks, and it was pretty dark outside. It was late. I think it was maybe 9 o'clock at night, and he rolled up. He had his hat tilted down. I couldn't really see his face, and he wasn't really talking too much to me. And he was kind of looking down at his phone the whole time, acting pretty weird. But he handed me the box, and back then I was just a baby PokéRev. I did not have a ton of experience with this kind of stuff. So I looked at the box pretty quickly, tried to look inside with a flashlight from the top, and to me at the time it looked okay. So I handed the guy $10,000 in cash, and all he had to say was, "Thanks, I gotta go." So that was another clue that I should have taken, but he ended up jumping in his car, drove away. And so after that, I got home, I was really excited, and I was planning on opening the box up because at the time, you could open up one of those boxes and all the cards in there, if they grade it well, would be worth substantially more than the box. So got home, had some dinner, put some music on, sat down with the box, and I opened it up. And as soon as I cracked it open, I knew right away that the packs inside were fake. They were resealed and I was scammed. I instantly dropped to the floor. I was just my back against the wall, like my hands in my face, so upset about it because I just lost $10,000. And it's not just about the money, it's about the work, the blood, sweat, and tears that got me that $10,000. And as you guys know, $10,000 is a lot of money. I worked really hard to, get to that point and to make that money. I made a lot of sacrifices, and I'm sure you guys know to make, any kind of money, you have to sacrifice, whether it be time, work, energy, whatever, to get to that point. And I lost that. Somebody intentionally scammed me because I later found out that he had multiple of these boxes and he was going around selling them to people in person for cash so he could try to get away with it. Now, the good thing that came out of this was I was able to identify him, and I posted about it on an online forum, the E4 forums. If you guys don't know about that, it's where a lot of the bigger collectors go and talk, and pretty much any kind of collector. I posted it there, and the good part about it was a lot of people found out about this in the community and were able to avoid that scam. And I actually know firsthand that I saved multiple people from dealing with him and getting fake boxes. So out of that experience, it went well. And please guys, if you know about this guy or who he is, please don't post any of his personal information or his name or anything like that. But leave a comment and let me know if you've heard about this before or if you were ever scammed. But guys, I'm gonna open this box back up. I'm gonna show you guys what's in it. I think I've only opened maybe 6 or 10 packs out of there. As soon as I got it, I went through them and I put it in the back of my closet to never look at again, because it was just something that I never wanted to think about again, and it was a hard time for me. You know, it was a tough time. I had to get past that point. I had to move on from it emotionally, you know, and everything like that. And the fact that somebody could go ahead and scam people out of money multiple times. The guy's a reoccurring scammer, and he's not involved with Pokemon anymore because everybody in the community found out about him and kind of pushed him to the side. So he doesn't deal with Pokemon anymore, but the fact that the guy could scam people for years at a time and not have a care in the world is really just shows the kind of person that he is. And like I said, guys, I always want to stay positive, but at the same time, I want to show you guys how you can avoid stuff like this and kind of just go through it with you guys. So let's jump into the box. Let's take a look, and I'm going to show you guys. So like I said, it's been 4 years and I haven't opened this. This is the actual box that he had it in when I bought it from him over at Starbucks in 2016, 4 years ago. So this is the first time I'm opening this up again. So here you can see the box. That is the first edition stamp right there. I'm gonna pull this out. So I think this box, the actual box, like the physical box, I believe is real. To me, it looks authentic, like it was a first edition box that was opened at one point and then resealed. So let's do this, guys. This is something that I've held in the closet and I just never wanted to look at it ever again, but for you guys' sake, I'm gonna open it up. So let's see. So here we go, guys. I remember this. So I'm gonna show you guys, first of all, what was on top. So here they are. Sorry guys, it's a sore subject for me, but so here are the packs. These were on top. So when I peeked in, I thought everything was okay. But as you can tell, guys, these do not look very real at all. They're just very dull. And I believe they were just photocopied onto this weird thin plastic. They don't even have the crimps. Normally there's, you know, crimps on these. These didn't have crimps or anything, and they were just put on top here to fool, you know, an unsuspecting victim. And I was the victim of this one. But nowadays I could definitely tell right off the bat, real versus fake. You can tell these are obviously fake. So that was on top, and they were filled with different types of cards. I'm going to show you. We're going to open up some packs. So I don't even remember what kind of stuff was in here, but let's dig through this a little bit. Get through some of these cards. Okay, let's just go on this side. So right off the bat here, guys, this is taped in here, and he taped it in here so that it just didn't move around much, and it seemed real because the tops of these, look at this, they're all cut open, resealed. They don't even have the crimps on them. So they cut these open, taped it like that, put them all together. You even put them in the correct order. So normally it's every Pokemon in order. So you got Blastoise, Charizard, Venusaur, Blastoise, Charizard, Venusaur. So put them in order, and I haven't even opened this side up. I might have opened a lot of this side. So yeah, like you can see a bunch of cards in there, but it's been so long, I don't even remember what could possibly be in here. So let's go through this together, guys. Let's see what was in these fake packs that I spent $10,000 on. Luckily, it was back then when they were only $10,000. And that's what it's so nowadays when you're buying the box. If you're going to spend $75,000 on a first edition base box, you really have to be careful. So let's see what's in here, guys. This, I'm sorry, I don't know what language this is, but I think it's maybe Spanish. I think I failed Spanish in high school, so I don't know the language. All right, so it looks like we have Pokemon. So they're definitely Pokemon cards. I don't even, okay. So we have an energy, and these are actually, I believe these are real. Yeah, these are definitely real. So this is a first edition fire energy, and I believe it's Spanish. So we have another energy, a water energy. We got a trainer, and you can even see the stamp down there. It's a first edition stamp. We have a Growlithe, a Dugong, and I'm assuming if there were any hollows in here that they definitely pulled them out. You have a Diglett. You have a Gust of Wind. We have a coughing, a drowsy, and a stormy. So guys, there's definitely, I don't even think there was a rare in there, but if I remember correctly, there are actually other types of cards in here. Like I think there were magic cards in some of these, so I'm gonna go through a bunch of these and see what we can get out of here. Psychic energy, a water energy. So there is a rare, so we have a Pidgeotto, and I'm kind of curious if these are actually worth anything nowadays, because they are first edition. Obviously nowhere near $10,000 in value, but could be worth some money, you know, recoup some money. And opening this up is just bringing back a lot of the memories of that day. It was pretty emotional, I'm not gonna lie, because, you know, getting set back so far, when you're trying to, you know, accomplish things in life, and somebody comes along and tries to, you know, scams you out of a lot of money, it's tough, you know, it's tough. But let's see what else is in these packs, guys. And you know, if there is a hollow in here, great. If I'm not expecting any hollows, but you know, these are old school cards. So we have a Charmander, that is pretty cool, guys. Charmander, first edition. We have a Sandshrew and a Vulpix, so, and a Tangela. And I think this might actually be the correct order for these cards. I don't know, but we have a Lightning Energy, a Grass Energy, and here's a Super Energy removal, I believe. So there are rares. They left rare non-hollows in here. Jinx. But you know, it's tough, guys, because English first edition is where the money is at. And you know, there are people that, you know, would collect these, but you know, I'll show you in here too. Like, okay, so here's some, yeah, I remember these now. So like, these are hollow, and I believe these are magic. Yeah, so these are magic cards. And what's funny is I was trying to figure out when they resealed this box up, because you can see on the date here it says 2010, and I don't know really anything about magic at all, but I was trying to judge by the dates of some of these. So it was definitely at least after 2010 that this got sealed up. And if any of you guys know anything about these magic cards, let me know, because I really like, this is a, I believe this is a hollow. You know, I don't expect these to be worth anything, but so yeah, I don't want to go through all these with you guys because you're here for the Pokemon. Let's go through some more of these and see what else is in here. We got a Charizard pack, and so the two energies. Then they usually have the rares, I believe, or yeah, the rare, an uncommon, it looks like, and then a rare. So I have no idea if this is the actual order or not, but I'm assuming that most of these are going to be the Spanish, or whatever language this is. I'm sorry guys if this isn't Spanish or not, but let's see if there's any more in here that have different types of cards. Looks like most of these are Pokemon. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to bring this to your attention. I'm going to tell you guys how you can avoid getting a fake first edition booster box. So number one, you can peek in the top here, and basically all you would do is push in the top like this, and even if it has the wrap on, you can usually get it down to about here, and you get a flashlight and kind of peek in the top, and you'll be able to see the packs. You definitely don't want to see something like this, where you can obviously tell the crimps aren't there and the color is really faded. And you definitely don't want to see this, because this is definitely not first edition English, and you can tell right here because of that language. That's one of the ways you can tell you know, if it's real or fake. Another thing you do is buy it from somebody that is trusted, or somebody that knows for sure they got it from a Wizards of the Coast employee. A lot of times if you find these, you can find them from Wizards of the Coast employees. It's pretty difficult to get those kinds of connections. You got a Squirtle, that's an awesome artwork. But if you can, you know, get it from somebody like a Wizards of the Coast employee that, you know, obviously had it from the factory and you know it's going to be real, or somebody that will back up, you know, the money that you're handing them for it. You know, there's people like big companies like Dave and Adams, Card World, or Collector's Cash that, you know, if you're going to open it up and they see that it's fake, they'll refund you the money. So stuff like that, make sure you get it from a trusted source. And if the price is too good to be true, it usually is. If you see somebody put one up for $5,000 or $10,000, it's going to be fake most of the time, because most people now know the value in these booster boxes is closer to, you know, 75,000. I mean, I've seen them as low as 50,000. It depends on the seller, the market conditions, and everything like that. But yeah, make sure you get it from somebody reliable and trusted. Make sure you check out the seals. Now, that's a tougher thing to do, but if you handle booster boxes from Wizards of the Coast era, you can kind of get a feel for how the wrap should be. I've had boxes that were fake where the wrap is really, it's hard to explain, but it's really crinkly. Normally it's a softer wrap on the boxes, so stuff like that. And then the other thing is that there's no stamps. There's no Wizards of the Coast stamps. Normally a booster box will have stamps with Wizards of the Coast all over it. First edition base is the only Pokemon booster box that does not have the stamps, which makes it incredibly harder to tell if it is legitimate or not. Without those stamps, like I said, anybody could really be rewrapping these and trying to sell them as authentic. That's another thing you have to look out for there. And unfortunately, you know, it's tough. It's even for somebody that is an expert in the field, it's tough with that wrap. It's really tough because somebody could really try to scam you easily by, you know, putting a fake wrap on here. And then this is definitely a real first edition base box, the actual box. So this was opened at one point. It had real authentic English cards in here. I can tell for sure just by the feel, the look, everything. But this is what one normally looks like. So you have the first edition stamp, first edition limited printing. You have Venusaur here. You have Charizard on the side, breathing fire. Then you have all the information on the back here, and you definitely, you know, obviously it's not going to have this Charizard breathing fire if it's unlimited, which would be the Blue Wing Charizard, and it wouldn't have that first edition stamp with the first edition limited printing on the bottom there. Another thing you look for, so the Blastoise is on that side, and then you look at the bottom here, it's not going to have these country codes. Normally on other base boxes, most of them will have this country code here. First edition base does not have the country codes right there. All of this looks okay up here. And then the top, this part where the energies are, this is all bigger size compared to a unlimited. So an unlimited base box will actually have a smaller, all this stuff is a lot smaller down here. So it only goes up to about here. So that is all the things you want to look for on the box itself. But like I said, guys, it's tough. When somebody wants to rewrap a box like that, you know, it's just, they're going to try ways to try to scam you. So there's auction houses that'll sell them too. Big auction houses should back them up as well, and at least have a decent way to figure if it is authentic or not. And a lot of those bigger auction houses, they pull in much, you know, higher clientele with a lot more money, and they're not scammers. They're people that are investors, and they bought this stuff throughout the years from legitimate sources. Or even sometimes Wizards of the Coast employees will try to sell them through auctions, you know, if they don't want their name out there or anything like that. And other than that, I'm trying to think any other ways you could really tell. I mean, another thing you could do is I would be willing to help out you if you're actually looking to purchase a first edition base booster box. And by helping you, I mean, if you wanted to, I could try to look at the box, try to authenticate it, and see if I personally think it's real or not. And I know there are a couple other people that do that, where they send the booster box to a middleman. There's only one or two other people I could think of that would actually have the expertise to be able to do something like that. And they'll send the box to them, and they'll look at it and, you know, try to figure if it's real or not. And that, other than that, guys, that's basically the only thing you can do. And I'm sure it's a small amount of people out there that are looking to buy first edition booster boxes, obviously because of the price. You also want to look out for the packs as well. So if you guys are interested in trying to tell fake Pokemon items versus authentic real items, I'm going to be doing another video, and I'm going to touch on the subject a lot more. I'm going to go way more in depth how you could tell packs are real, cards are real, and all that kind of stuff. So I'll definitely have a video like that. Nice, we got a Pikachu. So that might be a cool way to end it. I think I'll leave the rest of these packs here. I'll put them back in the box, put it back in the closet, and not think about it probably ever again. So guys, that is going to be it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know it was something a little bit different, but I wanted to share all my experiences with you guys, whether it be good, bad, you know, happy, sad, all that stuff. I want to share it with you guys, and hopefully you learned something from this. And if it helps out one person from avoiding to get scammed, that would be really amazing. But other than that, guys, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one.